Good evening. Welcome to the induction of the Wareham High School's chapter of the National Honor Society. I present to you Wareham High School National Honor Society Class of 2023. I now ask that everybody please rise for our nation's Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, parents, friends, and staff to this year's induction ceremony. My name is James Pinkham, and I am one of the co-presidents of Wareham's chapter of the National Honor Society. Tonight, we celebrate the achievements of these 17 outstanding students and citizens as we induct them into our branches of the National Honor Society and Junior Honor Society. After exemplifying admirable academic achievements and earning the notice from their teachers and administration, these 17 students applied and were accepted as members into the Wareham National Honor Society. Here in Wareham, our chapter prides itself on its contribution to the school system and the community as a whole. Our organization sends students to volunteer at local organizations such as Turning Point, Damien's Food Pantry, and Buzzards Bay Coalition. NHS students also volunteer to help at events throughout the district. This year, NHS led the charge in collecting items in the New Bedford's Women's Shelter, as well as volunteering to clean up around the community and general Buzzards Bay area. In 1921, the National Association of Secondary School Principals sought to develop a national program that promoted student leadership and service and established the National Honor Society. Prior to this, there had been many small isolated student honor societies across the nation. Under the leadership of Dr. Everett Reinerson, principal of the Fifth Avenue High School in Pittsburgh, the NHS grew from one single chapter to over 1,000 in just 10 years and has continued to grow ever since. The National Honor Society is built around 4 pillars: leadership, character, scholarship, and service. Over the past 102 years since its birth, the National Honor Society still maintains these 4 core characteristics as the foundation to this society. Each pillar has a unique set of requirements and challenges that these students have that demonstrated in their daily lives. I would now like to invite my fellow members of the NHS Executive Board to speak to the 4 pillars of society. And here is Indiana Troop, the Vice President, to speak on scholarship.
Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours on reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Here is Treasurer Olivia Hogan to speak to service.
My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help both at school and in the community, a willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or public recognition. It is a quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow. Here is Secretary Isabella Russo to speak to leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one personal interest for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resource may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus, to lead in a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members. Here's historian Mariam Karam to present character.
Character is a force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The reality what we wish to appear to others to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. Please welcome our co-vice president, Madison Peckham.
Thank you, officers. My name is Madison Peckham, and I am one of the co-presidents of the Wareham chapter of the National Honor Society. At this time, will the new inductees please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge. The audience can follow the text as printed in your program. Please repeat after me in reciting the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected, I will be true to the principles for which it stands, and will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Thank you. You may be seated. And now, as your name is called, please step forward onto the stage to receive your certificate of membership.
So just a couple of directions just to make sure we're clear. You're going to come around the front of the table, grab your certificate from Mrs. Medina, and then come back to your seat. So to get started, we have William Cobb, McKenna Duggan, Sophia Ellis, Sophia El Sayed, Addison Freeman, Nirvana Lake, Athena Lawson Barbone, Camden Morrison, Jeffrey Poirier, Max Rocha, Nina Rocha, Kaylee Rose, Priscilla Ross, Charlotte Roy, and Landon Stewart. Sawyer Booten is also one of our inductees but was unable to attend this evening.
And now, please welcome our principal, Scott Palladino, who will offer congratulatory remarks to the new members.
Okay, well, thank you. I'd just like to recognize in the front center current members of our National Honor Society. I want to thank you for being here. And I certainly want to congratulate the newly inducted members of the National Honor Society. Let's have a round of applause for those. Ruth W. Tompkins was a teacher at Wareham High School for many years. Ruth Tompkins was the epitome of character, service, and leadership. As a math teacher and later on as a department head, Ruth Tompkins led by example. She was a no-nonsense teacher who believed that education would propel you into a positive future. She worked diligently for over 30 years at Wareham High School to provide its students with the best education they could get. She fostered the belief in service to one's community as a key to success. Anyone who had Ruth Tompkins as a teacher agreed that she was tough, yet she tried to instill the value of a lifelong education. As a National Honor Society advisor, no one knew better the benefits of this organization that can have on a student's life. This is why our chapter was named after this remarkable woman. The National Honor Society induction is one of the best events of the year. These students have represented Wareham High School, their families, and themselves very well. On behalf of the Wareham High School staff, I would like to congratulate the 16 students that were inducted into the Wareham High School Ruth Tompkins chapter of the National Honor Society tonight. I would also like to congratulate the parents and families, as I know you are a big part of why these students achieved this status. I also know your support is appreciated by the students. Tonight, we celebrate the accomplishments of these 16 students. They have prepared themselves for future academic and occupational opportunities. They are socially responsible and have a commitment to the community. These students go above and beyond by maintaining a high academic standard through a rigorous course of study. They are on the path for post-secondary educational opportunities. Their community involvement includes dozens of hours per year of volunteer service per student, which equates to over 800 hours of community service collectively by this chapter. These students are very involved in extracurricular activities, including clubs, activities and athletic programs, and many of them hold down a part-time job. National Honor Society students serve as role models for all the students at Wareham High School to emulate. I want to congratulate all the students and their families one more time for your accomplishment. I hope you feel a great sense of pride in your accomplishments tonight. I wish you all the best of luck in all of your future educational endeavors, and I can't wait to see what you do for the remainder of your time at Wareham High School. Thank you and have a great night.
And now, please welcome our Superintendent of Wareham Public Schools, Dr. Matthew DeAndrea, who will offer congratulatory remarks to the new members.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate each of our inductees and their families for your induction into the National Honor Society. You join an elite group with this honor, a group that includes former President Gerald Ford, football great Troy Aikman, and singer-songwriter Taylor Swift. You have been selected because you exhibit qualities that align with the 4 pillars of NHS: scholarship, character, service, and leadership. 4 characteristics that will continue to serve you well throughout your life. Please remember to always honor those values and keep them central to your focus in all of your endeavors. Wareham High School is very proud of your accomplishment, and we look forward to your continued success. Once again, congratulations.
I'd like to thank our advisors, Ms. Medina and Ms. Tarasconi, and the current members of NHS for their hard work in organizing this spring's induction ceremony. We would also like to thank Chef Breda for preparing and donating the food for our reception. And thank you all for attending our NHS induction ceremony. In just a moment, the new inductees will recess, after which you are all invited to join us in the cafeteria for a reception in their honor. But before doing so, please join me once again in applauding all of our new National Honor Society members. Thank you.
Yeah, we're clear.